Hello everyone! Today we are trying to win this endgame with white. We have a knight and a bishop, and that is enough material for white to win with, but black has these two pawns, and they're going in this direction. So they are very close to promoting, and as usual there is one line that wins for white here, and I want you to find it. So pause the video, see if you can find white's only winning move here, and then come back when you want to see the solution. Best of luck! Okay, so we can't take the pawn on g3 because black will just play king to g1 and promote in the next move. If you try to stop that with, for example, knight to f2, then yeah, black is just going to promote anyways, and we can't lose any of our minor pieces because that is a draw. Same thing with bishop to d5, black will just promote. And this is a draw. And if we try to play bishop to d5 as the first move, then again black could play king to g1 and then promote next, and we will have to sacrifice the bishop. So that's a draw also. Instead, the winning move is knight to c3. And it might look unintuitively at first because why would you move your knight away from the action? Doesn't black just play king to g1 here and then promote next? Well, after king to g1, white has knight to e2 check. And if black were to play king to f2 here, then we will just capture on g3, and we are now guarding the promotion square. If black plays king to g1 to try to promote, then we bring in our bishop, and now this promotion square is definitely covered by white, and white will win this if you know your knight and bishop mate. But that is another video. Okay, so what happens if black instead plays g2 instead of king to g1? Here we have to be careful because if we play knight to e2 here, then of course if black were to promote, then we are still winning with white. Then we have bishop to d5 check, black's only move is to play queen to g2 check, and we capture the queen with a checkmate. But black will not promote to a queen, instead black will promote to a knight, and this comes with a check, and it also kind of forks our knight. So here, if we move our king somewhere, black will just capture our knight, and we can't win with just the bishop. And if we capture the knight, then black will capture the knight, or our knight, and then, yeah, we're not gonna win with just the bishop. So what do we do after g2 then? We don't play bishop to d5 either, by the way, because even though it might look like we're pinning the pawn, black is just going to play king to g1, and yeah, we can't stop this pawn from promoting. So instead, the winning move is to play bishop to c4, and the reason is because we want to get hold of the e2 square, and it will be clearer very soon. So after bishop to c4, if black plays king to g1 with the idea of promoting the h-pawn, then we will play knight to e2 check. And after king to f2, the idea here was that now the knight is defended by our bishop. So that's what I meant by controlling the e2 square. And we can take the h2 pawn, and the g1 promotion square is now securely defended. But what happens if black instead promotes the g-pawn to a queen? Then we have knight to d5 check, and black's only move here is to play queen to g2. And that's where we just capture the queen, king to g1, knight to e2, and after king to f2 we play knight to g3. And our minor pieces are defending the promotion square. But what happens if black instead under promotes to a knight? That comes with a check, so we have to do something about that. So we play king to g3, and here black has the tricky move knight to e2 check. And if we capture the knight, then you see what happened. Black is in a stalemate. The black king has no squares to go, and that's a draw. So after knight to e2 check, we instead play king to f2. And if black captures the knight, then it might seem like this is not going to be a win anymore. But we have a nice move, king to f1 here. And if black were to do something stupid, let's say, I don't know, knight to d1, then we have bishop to d5 checkmate. So even with only a bishop, we can still win the game here. So we play king to f1, and here black can try to extend the mate as much as possible. But we're still winning this. So if black plays knight to e4 here, then we have to be careful not to play bishop to d5, thinking that we're pinning the knight, because here black has no more moves. This is a stalemate. Instead, the only winning move is to play bishop to d3. And it's not to play bishop to e2, the idea of threatening a mate on f3, because black has this nasty fork. So the winning move is bishop to d3. And if black plays knight to d2 check to try to extend this mate as much as possible, then we just continue keeping our king on the f-file, trapping the black king on h1. And then black can try to extend the mate again with knight to f3. And here we can play, for example, bishop back to c4. And now it doesn't matter where black goes with the knight anymore. If black plays knight to d4, then we have bishop to d5 check, and we have this checkmate. So let's go through this whole line again because it was quite long. So the first winning move was knight to c3, and the tricky variation was after g2. Then we played bishop to c4 with the very subtle idea of being able to keep our knight on e2. So black could instead promote to a knight. This was the longest variation. We play king to g3. Black has a tricky move knight to e2, and we could not capture because then black would be in a stalemate. So we would instead keep our king on the f-file on these two squares to trap the black king. So we allow black to capture our knight. And then we play king to f1, trying to put black into a zugzwang here. If black were to move anywhere else besides knight to e4, we would have a mate in 1 by playing bishop to d5. But after knight to e4, we cannot play bishop to d5 because, again, that would be a stalemate. So we have to play bishop to d3 instead. And then after knight to d2 check, we keep our king on the f-file. And yeah, here it's just bishop to c4, and yeah, no matter where black goes with the knight now, we will finally have our mate. So if you found any of this, let me know in the comments. And this was a difficult puzzle, so if you know any strong chess player, show this to them and see if they can solve it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next puzzle. Have a nice day. Bye.